What's going on, guys? Beads here. This is why the Revelations Easter egg is the most annoying one. Started off by hitting the Gobblegum machine. Unfortunately, I didn't get what I wanted, so I just went over and did the corruption engine. I then shot the 4 tombstones that you need to shoot in order to actually do the keeper step. I almost go down there, but anyway, I hit the Gobblegum, and then I get immolation liquidation. There are 3 things you need to do this Easter egg. 1 is the Apothicon Servant, 2 is the Little Arnies, and this 3rd thing you don't actually need, but it definitely makes it a lot easier, and it is the Thunder Gun. The Thunder Gun makes it easier because you can easily just kill anything whenever you need. I activate my immolation liquidation Gobblegum to get the fire sails, and unfortunately I accidentally grabbed 2 before I can activate my 3rd one. But I hit the mystery box, and on the very first spin, I actually got the Little Arnies, which is incredibly rare, and I should never expect to get that ever again. But anyway, as you can see here, I had to speed it up because of how long it takes, but this brings me into our first issue number 1. The first issue is the box luck, because with all this box luck, you could sit here for hours without a fire sale. It would take forever just to get what you need. But anyway, on the last spin of the fire sale, I actually end up getting it, and I'm very, even though you can't see it in the game, I'm very happy behind the screen when I was making this. So I shoot the first orb to upgrade the Apothicon Servant and spawn, then I shoot the second one in Shangri-La. I then go into DE and grab the gemstone to build the Keeper Protector. I then do the corruption engine. I then do the gravity in DE in order to get the first shield part that I'll need. I then go to Varrock and grab the head to the Keeper Protector. I then activate the corruption engine. In Nocturne's Totem, I hit the Gobblegum machine and actually end up getting Perkaholic, which is great because I'll end up needing that. But I first throw out all my Widow's Wine grenades to not kill the last zombie. Back in Varrock, I then grab the second shield part that I'll need. I then head over to Mob of the Dead and do the 3rd corruption engine. I then head over to the top of the Origins Mound and shoot the gem there. I then head over to the Gobblegum machine, but like a dumbass, I accidentally get rid of my 3 extra credit activations, and I got in plain sight. I then tickle the giant flying squid's testicles with my Testickler 9000. I then summon the Keeper Protector and let him do his goofy ritual on the rock. This brings me into issue number 2, looking for the rock. For those who don't know, the Keeper Protector does his ritual on the rock. You have to find this rock on a random teleporter around the map. It's found on the back of any random teleporter, and it is very annoying. It's not necessarily hard or frustrating, it's just very unnecessary in my opinion, and very annoying, because you have to look for a rock that can spawn in a random area, and it just takes a while, and then you have to protect the Keeper for 3 minutes while he does his ritual. Once the Keeper Protector's ritual is done, I then pick up the film reel and start my way to Nocturne's Totem. I then place the film reel in and then go build the shield, which will be very helpful so I don't get hit from behind. Inside the Apothicon, I shoot down the 3 testicles holding up the Pack-a-Punch machine, and then I Pack-a-Punch the Apothicon Servant now that I've shot down all the rocks that I need to. This next step is the most annoying one, as you need to throw 9 Little Arnies into all 9 of the Apothecon's assholes, and if you miss one, you'll need either max ammo to replenish your lost Little Arnies that you failed with. This brings me to my 3rd issue, which is this step. This step is very annoying, and I don't like it, as if you fail and you don't have cashback or raindrops or something to give you max ammo, you would have to wait until the next opportunity to get one, which happens once in a blue moon. And then, after this, you have to, if you miss one, like I said, you have to get another max ammo, but if you get all 3 without failing, then you have to get another one anyway to get the next 3, and then get another max ammo anyway to get the next 3, so you can get all 9. But every time you get 3, a different theme or Margot will spawn in, just making it that much more annoying while you have to throw the Little Arnies in while there are zombies chasing you. And did I mention yet that the assholes used to throw the Little Arnies in are spawn holes for the zombies? So if you go to throw one in and a zombie starts spawning there, it will block your Little Arnie throw, and the Little Arnie won't end up making it inside the asshole, and it will instead sit outside, killing all the remaining zombies, meaning that last zombie you're trying to save? I then ended up going all the way to round 16 because I messed up a whole bunch of times like a dumbass. And as you can see, when I threw the Little Arnie in, there's a bunch of dead bodies right in front of that hole because I ended up missing, and there was a zombie spawning there like I went on my rave earlier, and it blocked and it killed a whole bunch of zombies. So here I am on round 16, killing the last 3 Margwas that I need to finally finish this bullshit ass step. I then grabbed the new disc that spawned in the bridge. The next step is to go around and find little rocks in random corners of the map, shoot them with a pack-a-punch bullet weapon, and then shoot them with the Apothicon Servant. As you can see, I just got the one in Shangri-La, and now I'm on my way to get the one in Spawn. This brings me on to issue number 4. This not as bullshit step, but still bullshit step. This step is annoying, and even though I don't have that much trouble with it, I could see how it could be a bit frustrating, as you would have to shoot random corners of the map while having the guide up, while having zombies attacking you. Doing this in co-op would be impossible, as you would have to have someone hold onto the last zombie, so unless you're playing with coordination, it's just not even worth it, and it's just annoying because you can easily get attacked and hit from behind while you're trying to shoot them, and then you fail and then you have to go back and check all the bones and make sure you got all of them. It's just very annoying and unnecessary. And don't even mention the one in DE. As you can see, I go into DE, and you have to wait till anti-gravity is activated, which luckily it already was, but then you need to struggle for 15 minutes to get over the impossible entrance. So once I finally do, and figure it out, you need to then wall run, and then full spray a random corner of a random wall until the bone pops out. And as you can see, I almost failed this because the bone didn't pop out. Then I wall run around the back, and the bone's still isn't there, and then it's finally there, and then I clutch up and getting it. But if you fail, then you have to wait for anti-gravity to activate again, and if you fail and anti-gravity is activated, like you fail not getting into the actual course, then you have to wait for it again, and it wastes so much ammo because it's so inconsistent and very annoying. The next step is very annoying and brings me into issue number 6. It's this bullshit ass step. Now, this step is very annoying because you have to go around the map for the 4 corruption engines that we activated previously at the very beginning, and we have to shoot them at random crystals in the air to reflect back at Nocturne Totem. Now this is very annoying because you can easily be vulnerable and attacked by zombies while you're trying to do this. And so let's say you're trying to do it and there's one zombie left, and then you aren't able to get the crystal in time, so then the zombie attacks you, and you either have to kill it or hop off. So if you get off of the turret, you then need to wait for it to come back again, or if you kill it, then you kill the last zombie because it's attacking you, then it's obviously going to be the next round, making the next couple of turrets and step a lot more hard. I then went and tried to hit the mystery box a bunch of times in order to get the thunder gun, as this is very hard to do without it, because obviously it's a one-shot kill to anything, to infinite rounds, making it a very useful weapon to have. But the only issue is I didn't get it at the beginning when I got lucky getting the Apothicon Servant and the little Arnie's, so I had to end up spending a bunch of points to get it again, and it was just not very fun. Finally, on box hit number 17, I got the Thunder Gun, meaning that without any Gobble Gum or Fire Sale or anything to get the mystery box more, you would end up needing a total of 16,150 points in order to get everything you would need or want by the end of the laser step. The next step is absolutely horrid, as you need to find an egg in each section of the map. So Spawn in Shangri-La, Dreisendrach in Kino, Verrucht, and Mob of the Dead in Origins. There would be one egg in the map at once, one in each area at one time. It is very confusing, and you need to find the egg, put it in the Apothicon, get 10 kills as a soul box, get the Margwa that you get after killing all the zombies you need to. Then you need to put on a headset, listen for a pinging noise around the map, place down the Margwa just to pick up some weird symbol thing that you would need later, and then you gotta do that 4 times. But it gets easier as it goes on, because the more you do it, the less areas there is for the egg to spawn and the beeping to beep. Once you finish that annoying step, you can move on to the first of 2 boss fights. In this boss fight, you need to go to the back of the room, throw a little Arnie or shoot an Apothicon shot in order to distract the enemies while you look at the symbols on the book. This isn't necessarily hard, it's like the game just made it there to be annoying. It's not hard, it's definitely not easy, but it's not hard or difficult. It's just annoying because you have to look at symbols and hold X on the corresponding ones in order from what you see them in the book to your menu, and it just throws out these random symbols that you've never seen before or aren't even in your hotbar or won't even like look anything like the ones that you'll actually need to interact with, and it's just annoying because it takes a while to cycle to the ones you actually want to interact with while there's hundreds of enemies trying to attack you, and if you mess up you restart all the way back to before you even enter the boss fight, and then you gotta end the round and go back. So it's just very annoying and unnecessary, and this is issue number 8. As you can see here, I'm trying to interact with the certain symbols that I need to from the order that the book showed me at the beginning at the back of the boss fight, but I'm trying to do it while there's enemies attacking me and the apothecary shots are blocking the symbol, making it hard to see. It's very overwhelming, and it makes you use your little Arnies, but if you fail, assuming you fail, you have to go all the way back, do it again, but then if you use little Arnies in the first attempt, then you have to get max ammo in order to get those back to make it easier in the next try. It is just a whole process, and it's very overwhelming, and it is a boss fight, so it makes sense, but it is just not what you would expect for a boss fight. A boss fight should be a boss fight, not putting random symbols into a wall. Once the boss fight is over and you've killed the 3 different types of elemental Margwas, which are the fire, void, and I think electric. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's electric. And then after that, you need to pick up the summoning key and throw it at random spots of the map. I don't know, it's very confusing because as you can see, I throw it at the chandelier there for some reason. And then later on, you need to throw it at the clock in DE. And the only part of this step that makes it an issue is if you are trying to throw it and yet zombies attack you, making you end the round. You would have to end the round again, save a zombie just so you can safely throw the summoning key at these random spots. But another issue that makes this an annoyance for me is that there's a bug in the game where when you're going through a portal, you have to do a melee attack while you're going through it to prevent a glitch that from happening, where if you go through a portal with the summoning key out without doing the melee, it will remove it from your inventory permanently until you end up getting a death machine, causing it to respawn. This is what ended up making me fail one of my previous runs at this, like previous attempts at the Easter egg, because I didn't know that at the time, and I went through it, and then I ended up skipping like, I think, 3 or 4 rounds to actually get the death machine I needed to continue the Easter egg. Moving on from that rage, I then got the one on the top of the Origins excavation site. I got the one in the Mob of the Dead jail cell. Right here I needed to do an example of meleeing to prevent the glitch from happening like I was explaining in my rant earlier. I got the one in the Fountain for Verrückt, finishing the stupid step. I hit the Goblin machine a bunch of times until I eventually got raindrops, which would be helpful in the boss fight, in which you would need a death machine or some powerful weapon with a lot of ammo in order to shoot the Shadow Man into the apothecary's mouth. More on that later. The first thing you do when you're in the boss fight is to interact with one of the 4 totems in the corner of the room. Then, once you do that, you have to kill 10 zombies in order to collect 10 souls for the totem. Once that is done, you can pick up the summoning key and throw it at Sophia in the center of the room. You then would have to activate some sort of gobblegum or use a powerful weapon that you have in order to shoot the Shadow Man until he's in the center of the apothecary's mouth, and then interact with the book. This brings me on to another and last and final issue, this step. I don't like this step because it's not really a boss fight, because you're not prone to dying to the boss, you're prone to dying to a bunch of zombies. It's not like a final boss, it's zombies, which is annoying. Well, like, it's not a hard boss fight, it's an annoying one, because you have to shoot Shadow Man and interact with the book all within a certain amount of time while being attacked by a bunch of zombies. So it's not hard. I mean, it is hard, but it's not annoying. It is annoying, my bad. It is annoying, and it's very frustrating when you fail, because you don't get max ammo or any drops in the boss fight unless you have gobblegum, so you're just stuck there with what you have. This will do it for this video. Thank you guys very much for watching, and comment down below if you agree or disagree, or if there's anything that you want to see posted to this channel, or just anything. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments is basically what I'm asking. And thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. I'm gonna let the cutscene roll now.